Welcome
Welcome.
to the Three Oak Podcast, where even the artists can be fans. AJ the Menace.
Shane M. Petty.
Javada Hunter.
And today we have with us Brother Nance.
What's up?
Everybody breathe.
Oh, this is official.
You got me.
Everybody breathe. Yeah, that is our new thing. That's our new thing. Yeah, everybody
breathe.
Yeah, because that's what the stadium sounds like.
Yeah.
Everybody sounds like everybody.
Everybody did that like playing basketball alone back then. you even missed the shot. You still doing it.
Yeah.
But hell yeah, man, we here.
Yeah, man.
Just found out this was your first podcast.
Yeah.
So this is like
First
a moment.
podcast.
You got the
Yeah.
album dropping this week.
Friday.
But we're going to start
yeah.
from the beginning just because it's a podcast and this is what
Rewind.
podcasts
Taking
do.
it back.
This is what they
We
do.
always got to take it back, man.
Where were you born? Social security number, date of birth, things like that.
Yeah,
No,
all
I'm
that.
just-
and your credit card number?
Just call me Joanne.
It's a
No.
scam. This whole podcast
I'm
is a
living my
scam.
best Caucasian
Yeah,
life
that's
off of all your
crazy.
information.
Still identity.
identity.
But shit. But yeah, where you from, man?
I was born in Raleigh and then raised in Wake Forest. But like,
Same thing.
yeah,
Texas.
90s and stuff. But like, Wake Forest in the 90s, man, we had nothing. So it's like,
Oh, that's true.
yeah, we had a
I
McDonald's.
got here in
and a Food
2006 and there was
Really?
nothing there.
Yeah, so like,
So,
you
yeah.
had to go to Raleigh for everything. And then it's like, you made like a whole day trip out of it. So we're going to go to Crabtree.
Right.
We'll
That's
hit up,
true.
We got to hit up Target. We're going to get Chick-fil-A for
Yes,
lunch
Target.
because we don't have Chick-fil-A in Wake Forest at the time.
Damn.
Yeah.
And then we're going to go to Olive Garden.
Yeah.
It was a whole...
Yeah,
Yo,
the whole day mapped out.
yeah, I'm really thinking it was dumb country back then, bro.
I was not
06
here in the 90s. I was in New York still.
Oh, you were still in
Dang.
New York?
Mhm.
Okay,
In
yeah,
the
I got in
90s.
here 06.
Well, you
Shit
know I'm
was
from the country, so you talking my language.
You from the country beach, which is interesting combination.
Yeah.
Wait, where are
Yeah.
you from?
Jacksonville, North
Okay.
Carolina.
That's like yeah.
Queens, New York. When I was a kid in the 90s.
Yeah.
I came here late 90s.
Yeah.
Damn. So what was your upbringing like out there in Wake Forest since it was country?
Just chilling, dude. I, like, a lot of people are like, you don't even have a country accent.
You damn
and-
sure don't. You was
yeah.
from the sticks, bro.
But, like, my mom, she got a little bit of a twang, and then my
Okay.
dad does.
You got a little one too.
A little, a tiny one.
That's the first.
Really?
A little bit.
Yeah.
You know what it is? I think it's on certain words. That's
Yeah.
what my homegirl in New York was
Yeah.
telling me. She was like, you
Well,
know,
it's like, you say y'all or whatever.
exactly, or bruh. They'd be like, you're not from here immediately.
Really?
You know, yeah, yeah.
Wait, bruh, is the South thing?
Yeah, I think it might even be a Raleigh thing for real, for real. Yeah.
I thought it was just a nigga thing.
Really?
Yeah.
Nah, because Atlanta, they got all the other shit. They got like Shawty, Playboy.
Shawty.
Well, who's Playboy?
Shawty.
Mm-mm.
Playboy might be New York. None of this matters though.
Yeah.
Fam.
Yeah.
But hell yeah, bro. Was your parents like big into music, like always playing music?
Yeah, I mean, my dad used to dance. So that's how my parents met.
We talking disco? What we talking?
Yeah, disco.
Word.
Yeah,
Legit?
so- yeah. He,
That's
I
awesome.
think he won like a competition in Raleigh.
Damn, that's good.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
That's how
Yeah,
he
he
met
was
my
going
mom.
in. He
yeah.
was,
Yeah.
Yeah, so he used to do the whole nightclub thing. They would just play like Michael Jackson and stuff.
Yeah.
Nothing
Okay.
crazy. I mean, they had a record player. We still got like all the records at my mom's.
Yeah.
I got to
Mama-
dig through them and see what they got though.
Yeah,
Haven't looked
some
them up.
fire.
Yeah,
Yeah, some jewels in there too. I'm sure.
For sure.
Vintage crates.
yeah.
Yo, real quick, you just brought up Michael Jackson, and we just kind of quickly had this conversation. Good to get your input. You know this thing on that's been going on social media: Beyonce versus Michael Jackson. Who's the better performer?
Oh,
I feel like I'm
are we-
biased.
Is
Who's
that
a
what it
better
is?
performer? Who's a better entertainer?
I thought they were talking about performer the whole time.
That's
They
what
were
I
saying
thought.
Stage performance.
That's what I was going off of stage performance.
Yeah.
That's tough if you put it that way.
I was
That's the
listening
way I
to
was-
you listen to Brilliant Idiots podcast?
bro, weekly, bro.
Did you
Yeah,
hear
yeah,
them talk about it?
Yes, I did. Yes, I
Char-
did.
Charlamagne was talking
Charlamagne
about
was going a little left for me. I was like, bro, slow down.
What was he
Like,
saying? What was he saying?
He was pretty much saying, he think Beyonce got it for the times because he was looking at the like the old classic Michael Jackson ones. He feels like what did he say? He was like, it was
like Michael Jackson he had like 3 moves is what he
yeah,
said.
that's what he said. That's what it was. He simplified his whole style to like
Yeah.
three.
Yeah.
He was like, he got the stare, the pause, the moonwalk, and the
Yeah.
spin. And
He's
was
like,
it.
nowadays everybody can do the
Low-key
moonwalk.
now.
Yeah.
And then he was talking about, what was that, Super Bowl performance?
The
Where
Super
he
Bowl
he popped up and stood there for like 15 minutes before he did anything.
Now that is one. Yeah, he
But
said
that's cool.
He
That's
said
star
his,
power.
he said
Yeah.
his
Yeah.
performance was only 12 minutes though.
Yeah.
That's what he was saying. Remember? But
Wow.
I
Because
was
of
like, the Super Bowl performance really wasn't my favorite though. It's just like every other one, like Dirty Diana. No, Man in the Mirror.
Man in the Mirror.
Yeah.
So are you more a fan of the music?
Nah, the performance is crazy. And let's not forget, Michael Jackson still has grown men passing out. Like, he had grown adults, like, getting carried
Yeah.
through, like, get him
That's
out of here,
true.
bro. Like,
That's
Yo, get him out of here.
That's true.
yeah, bro. I ain't seen no foot. Beyonce don't have no compilation like that yet.
Yeah.
Not
I don't
yet.
think you
I
can
think it's
compare 'em.
coming.
You think it's coming? I think it should have been
Yeah.
here by now.
I mean, honestly, I feel like she's like
Chris
just
Brown
now
got people
getting
passing out.
into her prime.
Oh, he does?
Really?
Facts.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think so. And I mean, I don't know. I guess like somebody, I live for Twitter.
Yeah.
Somebody, they were like, just to put into perspective, Beyonce just had two babies.
Mm-hmm.
She's 30 something. She does all in heels. And like I was telling Shane before, like vocals on 20.
Yeah.
Forget
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Live,
true.
yeah.
Yeah, to be
vocals,
moving for 2.5 hours is
she,
crazy.
And she dances full out every time.
Yeah, she does.
She's a machine.
Yeah, there's a lot of hype behind her whole Coachella thing too.
It
Oh
is.
yeah, we
It
were
was
talking
dope.
about that.
Yeah.
Just
I
to-
didn't even see it, dude. I'm not gonna lie.
Bro, it
So
was
I
two-
can't really compare.
It was 2.5 hours, bro. That's a long
Oh,
time
I didn't
to
see the whole
dedicate,
thing. I
bro.
just saw like people recorded it with their phones.
Oh, no,
but
it's
I
good.
kind of freaked out when Destiny's Child came out. I was just like,
You had a moment?
It brought
like I
that
didn't
feeling.
know like
Yeah.
He was one of those dudes passing out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was watching on my computer.
He wasn't even there though. Yeah.
No, but it was just amazing because just seeing the three of them. I mean, well, they're originally four, but
Yeah.
the three of them, I was just
had
like,
to get one
shit,
of
like
them
just
up
seeing
outta
them
here.
together, it was just like, damn, this is throwback.
Right.
You know? Damn, this is retro.
Dude passed out, woke up hours later, like, yo,
like,
what I
what
missed?
happened?
Talk about a waste of money, bro. You be pissed the
Oh,
fuck off.
man.
You went to go see,
I
you went to
know.
go see like Prince or Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Pay $500 for some tickets in the back,
Nosebleeds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and
That's
then you
why I
pass
always used
out
to be
and miss
like,
the
what
whole
hell is
concert.
going
Well,
on? You
hopefully,
know?
if you're that far away, you're not in the capacity to pass
That's
out.
crazy.
I don't know.
It
some of
seemed
these
like it was people in the
The
front.
front.
I remembered some ladies, like she was in the front and just come out and take it.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's true. That's true.
Wow.
But damn. So when did you do like start actually rapping? Was it? I mean, you had the Michael Jackson influence and stuff like that. But was there anything other music that like influenced you?
Yeah,
to
what
move
music
into
did you
rap?
like grow up on? and-
First rap album. This is funny.
All right, let's go.
Will Smith.
Oh,
Hey,
Which one? Big Willie style?
Lord.
Hey, I dig it. I dig it. Yeah, yeah.
I think
I
that
got
was
it for Easter.
Mhm.
But my brother was always like watching MTV and stuff. He was always telling me about rap.
older brother.
Yeah, older
Gotcha.
brother. And then my dad had one of those Now CDs, and it had
Now,
Ah.
now it had a
Yeah.
couple hits on them. Yeah,
it had Biggie on there. More Money, More Problems.
Oh,
Yeah.
So
That
I
was
was like,
that was my first rap single. I had
Yeah.
the single with just
okay,
the.
so
with
yeah, I
just
just
the
had that one song.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
You know,
every time
I
we
will
get in
say
the car,
this
it's
is
like, yo,
1997, I
Mhm.
believe.
yeah, I was
all the
like, yo,
songs you
play
did.
that song.
And
Like,
it
That's
had
the one.
it had dollar bills on the CD.
that's the
Oh, did it?
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
oh, shit.
The official single where you just go to the store to buy a
Oh,
single.
okay.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's crazy. How much does
Throwback,
that
yeah.
cost? Like,
I think
Now?
they were like
Like
Oh,
a dollar.
oh,
they were like
$2.
$2
Yeah.
like back then when they were actually doing that.
yeah,
So I think they were like $2 for like one CD.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
And it would come with like this is way back in the day when like motherfuckers wasn't stealing your shit. It'd come with the single and it'd come with the
The
beat.
remix.
And the
Oh.
single, the
instrumental.
remix, and the instrumental.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Niggas is jacking
So,
shit
like,
left
3
and right
tracks?
nowadays. You
Yeah.
can't do that.
Have
Yeah.
a whole mixtape with the
Yeah.
same beat.
Same beat quality on 100. You can't
Yeah.
do that no more. It's remakes only, yo. Like,
Yeah, for real.
yeah, bro.
But yeah, it was that. Then middle school was like, I got into like Dipset. My brother was putting me on
I'm
like,
weak.
Dipset
what?
over
Why
the
you got?
50?
Why you gotta say
Yeah,
that?
I just feel like everybody goes through a Dipset phase.
Yeah, yeah.
it was either Dipset or G Unit. It was
Yeah,
one of the
Yeah,
I was
one or
more
the
of a
other.
G Unit fan myself. I told
Yeah.
you guys I had the
Yeah.
sneakers. So.
Yeah,
Oh
it was one
gosh,
of the
you
other.
had the
did.
sneakers.
I
That's
did.
crazy.
Who did you want to be the most like out of Dipset?
Oh man, my brother's favorite was Cameron.
Okay.
I really liked there was this group SAS. They were
That doesn't even sound.
so they were part of Dipset, but they were like from Europe.
affiliate. Oh, what?
Oh.
Yeah, so they like had like bars like
Damn.
New York style
Oh,
rappers,
shit.
but they had the accents.
Crazy.
That goes hard.
Oh.
Yeah,
yeah,
so that,
yeah.
those
Never
were like
heard
my
'em.
favorite dudes.
Yeah.
Like, and I found out about them. That was high school.
Mm.
But yeah, I was like, it was Dipset. Middle school was like, Kanye's coming
Of
out.
course.
So I got into Kanye.
The
Then it
Kanye
was
one,
like
yeah.
Lupe was my favorite rapper in high school.
Then
Yeah,
he went
yep.
left.
Yeah, yeah. But I was like huge Lupe fan. Like I went to see him anytime he was in North Carolina. It's like
Yeah.
I'm there. Like
Yeah.
Damn.
I've seen
okay.
him like live like 5 or 6 times.
That's lit.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So I was into that. Pharrell, of course.
Duh.
Yeah.
So yeah, all those guys.
Controlled
Yeah.
our like
Yeah.
our upbringing. Yeah.
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 Damn. And then when did you actually start rapping then?
I was writing in middle school, like kind of casual, you know what I'm saying? Like I wasn't actually like out rapping. And then we had like a project in middle school, and we made this. We had to make our own like product and try to sell it. So we made this.
Damn, that's
medicine-
like practical as fuck.
Yeah, we made this medicine called Nerd No More. So it takes like a nerd in high school or middle school, and like you take this pill and you're cool.
The nerd
Oh.
candy.
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
But we made like a we made a rap for it, and I made it like I wrote a verse to drop it like it's hot.
Oh, that's lit. That's lit.
But the crazy thing is, it was like I was saying like because it was like a pill. I was talking about pop it. Like
Oh, Lord.
Oh
Yeah.
shit.
so we were on some pill popping like
you was the
Zanny,
beginning of the
Yeah,
generation.
yeah.
Yeah, bro.
I'm
You started
beginning-
early.
yeah.
SoundCloud shit. Like
Yeah.
Crazy.
Kids used to do like, I feel like we used to turn candy into drugs. Like,
Oh,
it
yeah.
was the candy cigarettes, and then
Yeah, candy cigarettes.
do you remember the
I used to
kids that
have
were
those.
like, I don't know. Actually, I can't.
No,
I don't
say
know
it.
if everybody
Say
remembers
it.
this.
What?
The sweet tarts.
Yeah, they used to
Sweethearts.
smoke the Smarties or whatever.
The Smarties, yeah, and they were
Yeah.
or snort
What
the
do you mean?
Smarties.
Yeah.
Okay.
What?
Yeah.
I saw a kid do that.
Oh,
yeah,
cool.
yeah.
I never
it's-
participated, but
Yeah, I knew it was a couple kids snorting Smarties,
Don't
and
lie.
it was
Oh no, I'm wholesome.
Yeah.
Can't you tell?
just the fact the way you said it, it's like, nah, bro.
Yeah.
She was over here
She was
snorting
the
Smarties.
I was
Smartie
not.
cone.
I was not.
Yeah. Damn, man, you used to snort that shit.
Side
But
note,
what does it even do? Like it
Yeah,
didn't-
yeah, yeah. Like
I
I
don't
taste the candy more.
That might have
I
told us
doubt
how.
you taste the candy.
Damn, they might have been screaming for help, bro. What if their parents were doing coke and shit? That's what.
Yeah, yeah.
Man,
Was that
Now that I'm
telltale
older, and I'm
signs?
thinking about it.
it just got
Yeah.
dark.
It did. It did. I'm
My
sorry,
daddy
y'all.
does it.
Dang.
Damn,
Yeah,
it got
man.
darker.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Go away.
Commercial break. No.
Oh shit. So then, when did you actually like pick up and start recording? Because you weren't recording. That was just for project.
Nah, so
though.
that was just fun. And then high school, I started like freestyling.
Okay.
So I'd go to parties and stuff and freestyle, and that was kind of like the thing. Like, all right, if I'm coming to the party, all right, let's make them freestyle. You know what I'm saying?
Got
Like,
you.
So we're all like underage drinking other stuff. So
Mhm.
and I met Richie, our mutual friend.
At one of these parties.
Now I met him. We had a gym class together,
Gotcha.
and I said an SAS line from Dipset.
Oh,
And
okay.
he was like, oh, you listen to SAS? And I was like, yeah. He's like, nah, they're whack. G Unit. So that's how we connected. And then I figured out he rapped. He told me, and
Yup.
we just went to his crib.
Started recording over
USB, like in the
because he
computer.
does the engineering and all that
Yeah,
stuff.
so
too.
that's
Yeah.
what we did. Like, that's how I connected with him. But that's when I started recording. So he
Damn.
recorded. We had a mixtape out. And yeah, it was high school. We put out mixtapes. I met some other people on MySpace. We started uploading stuff. And
Damn.
yeah,
So you was like actually grinding, doing the music, and like.
For real.
yeah.
Back in high
MySpace.
school.
Era.
So were you one of those? Because I know when I first got down here, like there was people I knew where I used to live. I used to live right outside of Philly,
Yeah.
and they were rap. None of them were like as organized as when I came here. I came here halfway through my 10th grade year to Apex.
Yeah.
But I would see kids from like Garner, like 3 a.m., aka Nick News for those who
Yeah.
you know what I mean.
Yeah, yeah.
Like doing like I'm like these kids are in high school doing shows like
Yeah.
realize so y'all were doing shows and all that.
Nah, I
shit?
actually didn't even do any shows till like it was like 2009. I did my first one
Oh,
with.
so this
You
out
ever
high
heard of
school.
Drake London?
Of course.
Oh yeah.
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 So he had like a album release birthday thing, and I went up there and messed up.
For real? That was your first. That was your first
and
performance.
that was
though?
like one of those things. That were, I went up there, messed up halfway through my verse, and just freestyled the rest. I mean, not that many people noticed, but I was like, dang, I had one verse, and I messed up.
Oh,
So, like,
okay.
after that, I was
'Cause
like,
you were
all
on
right.
his project.
Yeah. So after that, it was like, all right, I'm either gonna like stop or take this serious. Like I
Yeah.
can't be messing up.
Mm-hmm.
So after that, I got with a little indie label, and they put me on shows. I got to open up for like Action Bronson.
I saw
That's
that because
lit.
Yeah,
I was gonna
nice.
ask you. One of my questions was gonna be like, when did you start like getting those solid looks where you're opening up for these fire people? Because it looked like it went all the way back. This was like 12 or like 11.
Yeah. So
Like
I
11?
opened up for Action. It was 2013. It was Action
13. That's
Bronson.
what it was. Yeah.
So I opened up for him that summer. We did like a small tour with Machine Gun Kelly in Florida.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Chris Webby, Dizzy Wright, guys like that.
Dizzy. Yeah. I
so
remember
it
Dizzy.
was there was a company here in North Carolina.
That's who you were signed to. That label.
Well, it was a company that threw shows and they needed openers. So it was one of
Got
those
you.
things where it's like for the Action Bronson show, it's like you got to sell 50 tickets to get on the show.
Okay.
This
So-
we're not talking Afton either, right? It's completely different.
Nah, it's
Completely
not.
different.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you had to sell 50 tickets. You didn't even get paid. Yeah.
Mm.
So it was one of those things where I got to open up for Action Bronson in Wilmington. Sold the 50 tickets, and I was just like hungry to get on stage.
Right.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I go out there, I do that. I go on like I think it was right before him, and then
Damn,
he,
a solid placement.
yeah, he didn't even come out. So yeah,
So
so
you ended up closing that.
yeah,
shit?
so
Oh,
wait,
shit.
nah. So check this out. So I had a bunch of people from high school that were down there.
Okay.
So that's how I was able to sell 50 tickets.
That took the trip
Um,
with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I perform. So we're waiting, like everybody's waiting for Action Bronson to get on stage for
Yeah.
a while. Some dude hops on stage. He's like, "Yo, Action Bronson said he's not coming out. They don't have his money and they don't have baby wipes." So I guess, I guess like on his like,
That's part of the thing he has to have in his.
yeah, you
resume
gotta have,
now.
yeah,
Yeah.
So it's
I don't
like-
know what those lists are called, but I know exactly what you're talking
Right,
about. Yeah.
yeah. So they were, he didn't have straight cash and baby wipes. So this place goes up. Everybody's like yelling. we're like cleaning up.
They
We're getting
actually told the crowd that too.
Well, it was some random dude. He just hopped
Oh.
on stage, and everybody's like, "Yo, fuck Action Bronson." So they
Damn.
start refunding everybody at the door.
Oh,
And
word.
then I go to the promoter. I'm like, "Yo, so I sold all these tickets.
Yeah.
Like, what's up? What do I do? Like, how do I pay my people back?"
Yeah.
So he gives me the money back, which was like $1,000,
Mm.
and then I made like $500 off merch. So I took that money and then opened up like a business account for my music.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And so yeah, that Action Bronson show, like, yeah, he didn't show up, but it's like, hey, like I started. a
Damn,
business
that was
with
like that was
Yeah.
like the jump start of like.
yeah, and it
you
was the
put-
same day. I'm sorry, what were you saying?
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
It was the same day Yeezus dropped, J. Cole's
Oh.
album, and then Mac Miller's album.
All
And-
three of them on the same day.
and
I remember
Action,
that. Yup.
Action Bronson was on that album, and he said a line about like, "Hey, if you don't have my money, I'm not performing."
Oh,
Damn.
shit.
Same
So,
day.
hey,
Yeah.
Stick to his word.
It was
He's a
like
man
you
of
thought
his
I was
word,
bluffing,
so.
motherfucker.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
No,
I'm
he even tweeted that line like right after. Like we go to his Twitter, and it's like, oh, he was serious.
Yeah, he's
Right.
like, I
Damn.
just said this shit.
It's business.
So you've been selling merch since even back then. So
Yeah,
when
I
did-
started.
When'd you get into that?
Late high school. I made some. Like I printed up some shirts, started selling them and stuff.
In the
So-
school.
Yeah. Well, I actually just got out of high school, so it was more like Wake Tech.
Gotcha.
selling stuff
Okay.
there.
Were you networking heavy when you were out there at Wake Nick? Like,
I was like kind of shy about what I was doing at the
Mhm.
same time, because I didn't really have my style figured out and everything. But
yeah.
so I wouldn't just run up and tell people like, "Yo, I rap." Like,
I know what you're
buy my
saying.
shirt.
Mhm.
Yeah, whatever.
You get cool with them being you, and then just slide.
Yeah,
that
and I'm still kind of like that today. Like, I won't tell people I do music until they kind of figure it out.
Isn't it weird, kind of leading with that, or not even leading with it, but being within like the first 15 minutes? Like, you be
Yeah.
like, I do music, just because you know how bad it is for you. Like,
Yeah.
once they find out you do music, now you get 100 links.
Yeah, so
And-
like I used to work at Harris Teeter, so it's like I was a cashier, and like everybody comes up, especially when you're working like in the middle of the day, like on
Okay.
a Monday,
Yeah.
and like old people coming up like, "Hey, so you still in school?" It's like,
Oh, true.
I do music, so and that's like you feel that judgment.
You do,
like,
yeah. Especially from
So-
that older generation, man.
yeah. So I just kind of kept it quiet. Like,
How'd your parents receive that? Like,
my mom found some raps of mine. It was middle school
was
or
it Savage Lines?
Savage. So. Yeah, like no, it was some dark. Like I was listening to Eminem at the time and stuff. And then,
goddamn.
yeah.
Did she try to put you in counseling from that?
No, it was one of those things where she wasn't like too happy about it. But I was like, at that time, there wasn't really like, it was all kind of like gangster rap if you think about it.
No, that's all there was. Kanye was
Yeah.
the one that bust open the door for
Yeah.
people to be themselves.
Yeah, so you have like Eminem's the only one, but at the same time, he just got savage bars. Like,
Yeah.
He does, yeah.
So
And dark on top of that.
yeah, so I was just doing that until
You
like
heard something
Kanye,
new.
Lupe. I was like, all right, I'll just kind of like be the nerd rap, like
Mhm.
backpack rap.
Exactly. Yeah, backpack.
Yeah.
So you were in. So how influential was that? Like that blog era rap. Do you vividly remember like that blog era rap?
whole
Like
blog-
this was.
Oh
like,
yeah, with dudes like Wale started popping.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I mean that was the Cool Kids and everybody.
yeah.
So
bro, yeah.
when Asher Roth came out, it was like, oh, a normal white guy. Like,
Yeah. No, for real.
Like-
That's
like,
true.
I'm
With
yeah,
no
I didn't-
facade or anything. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's true.
he was like, I saw him at it was the Woody Awards, like on MTV. I was just watching
Oh,
TV.
yeah,
And he was up there with the cool kids. And he's wearing like gym shorts and like,
yeah. Normal as shit.
yeah. And I'm
yeah.
like, oh, okay, yeah,
So
we
you
can
can
do
do
I
this.
can
Like,
fully be myself.
yeah,
now.
yeah,
yeah.
So that was like eye opening. And then guys like Mac Miller and stuff. So
Mhm.
Yeah. When do you think that you found like your voice in all this? Because there's a
Yeah.
point where like most rappers, like when they're coming up and who they listen to, they're sort
Yeah.
of like mimicking who they listen to.
Yeah.
yeah.
Then they find their own voice. Do you think you found your old voice or?
It was so like 2009. I got put on to Comeback Season Drake.
Yeah.
that was
yeah,
like-
yeah, that was a
He
hard
kind of
one.
had the same like, it was like softer vocals if you
Yeah.
think about it. So
Mhm.
I could relate in that aspect because
Mm-hmm.
my voice was like, I was trying to figure out my voice. Like when I recorded with Richie back in the day, like
yeah.
I was trying to like make my voice deep, and then
Yeah,
like it was too high
Oh.
pitch. I couldn't find it, and then I heard Drake, and then Big Sean. I found Big Sean online, and I was like, oh, he was like my favorite rapper.
Yeah.
The Finally Famous.
Yeah,
this
before
is
Finally
a stand right
Famous.
here, Big Sean.
Oh, for real?
That's
yeah.
why I'm laughing.
Yeah.
The whole interview is the energy's about to
Yo,
change.
you see her face?
Yeah,
That's why
she's
I'm
like-
laughing.
She's like, no, me and you, I fuck with
Yeah,
you.
but like,
Yeah,
when did you start listening to Big Sean?
Ooh. I think the first song that I really like was like, okay, let me listen to him. Was "What You Doing"?
What you doing?
Oh, see, but yeah, okay.
I was earlier than that,
That-
so I was.
I was
Finally
earlier
famous.
than
What was
that,
the
yeah.
first one we listened to? But
Volume
what was
one.
that track though? It
Super
was-
duper.
Yeah.
Super Duper was the second one.
Used to the okay.
There's Finally Famous 2. Finally Famous 1 had the
Go
Biggie.
and get you
The-
some.
it
Go
had
on,
the-
go and get you
Yeah,
some.
that one.
Yeah.
Yep, that one. Yeah.
Do
This
it
is
again.
it.
Yeah,
Yep,
so all
yep.
those songs, I heard all that. I was like, oh, so this is like, yeah, like
Could
this
really
is-
do what you want.
Yeah, and so I kind of like the way he rapped, his voice and everything. I kind of like somewhat mimicked it at the time and kind of
Yeah.
fell into my own, like found my
Yeah.
own voice.
Yeah.
Okay. So when do you think you locked in on it? How long are you doing? You feel like you've definitely got it now?
Yeah, I feel like every year is like, oh, I'm getting it a little more. Like this new album is like the first album where, like, I didn't just find beats online from people. Like
Right.
I've had producers like one in New York. His name's Nova. I worked with him. He helped me kind of find my sound.
Okay.
But I sat down with my friend Four Shift, and he made all the
It's a
beats.
fire name.
Yeah,
Four
yeah,
Shift,
yeah. So we just he would make the beats from scratch, and I would just rap to him. And
Down here in Raleigh, or that's New
Chapel
York?
Hill.
Chapel Hill. Okay. So
Yeah.
you pretty. Have you ever lived anywhere outside of this like Raleigh area?
Nah.
So how'd you meet the dude in New York?
That was MySpace.
Shit. So you was moving on MySpace.
Yeah, or no, I met him on Twitter.
Okay.
Yeah, I met him
okay.
on Twitter. So
Damn, that's what's up then.
Yeah.
And then you been like you just go up there and fuck with him for a couple.
nah,
days
we
or
would he just sent me beats.
Oh shit.
We would
How
get
lo-
on like Skype calls and make beats.
Damn,
Yeah.
that's ill.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's ill.
Yeah.
Damn. Shit, I was about to say something and I completely forgot.
I'm gonna cut you off real quick.
go ahead.
So my question: what would
Yeah.
you say is the most difficult thing you've had to overcome
As
with
far
your music in general? Yeah.
what like can you make it like a little more specific? Like,
Yeah, I would say maybe, okay, since we're talking about you're finding your sound,
Mhm.
what was most difficult for you to find that sound, or how long did it take you to do that?
Man, it's like I feel like as far as finding my sound, like I said, like every year I feel like I've found it a little more. Like even if you look at an artist like Drake, I mean, every year,
It's evolving.
yeah. So
Yeah.
I think that's just all a part of being an artist. It's like
Yeah.
you find a sound, you kind of perfect it to a point, and then you switch it up. And I got to do something new, something I haven't done before.
Right.
So that was difficult, just like because when I started rapping, I didn't have any rappers really to mimic. Like I'm listening to Dipset, Cameron. I can't
Yeah.
talk about what they're talking about.
Right.
Exactly. Yeah.
So yeah, it was just like one of those things where it just took years. But yeah, that was difficult. Like just like extremely difficult. Like hearing artists like you know Dipset and being like, all right, how can I rap and be me? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So
Yeah.
I got another one.
Yeah, that really is. It really was no variation for us. Like back
Yeah.
then, it was like it's just gangster rap.
yeah,
Yeah.
for
Boom,
sure.
bow. That's it, my G. Like
Yeah,
there is no switch up.
I mean,
Oh, yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
you could go back and like look at like a Tribe Called Quest or something.
Yeah.
But
And
that was, we would be considered like, oh, you listen to that? Because that's
Yeah.
past our generation, you know?
yeah, so it was like nobody was really covering them on the internet like that. you
They
know?
really weren't.
So you
Yeah.
had to have it like somebody actually tell you like, yo, go back and listen to this.
That's
and
true.
I didn't go back and listen to them until like 2012. I was like, all right, I'm just gonna download all their stuff and listen to
Yeah.
it all. So
I had a lot of moments back then, 2008 and 9, where I was like, all right, these albums that people just keep talking about, blase, I'm just gonna start downloading these shits and just
Yeah.
listening to them. Like, why
Just
was
so
it
you
so
Like
great?
the classics, older.
Yeah,
Just
so
the
you
old
can-
stuff.
Before
like,
before our
Oh,
time.
see, I grew
Yeah.
up on that. My dad's CD cabinet has all that stuff in it. He's
Yeah,
got
it
the
wasn't
too much
Chronic,
hip-hop in my
he's
house.
got,
There wasn't
like,
in mine
all
either.
those
Yeah.
soundtracks. Yeah, I grew up on that stuff. So
damn.
yeah.
Oh, but then when you were talking about like the production and like and all that, especially for this project, who did? So did you build most of these beats from the ground up?
All of them.
All
It's
of 'em.
Me and well, Fourth Shift made every beat.
Okay.
There's one song called "Be Alright" that Nova from New York. He like originally he made the beat, but
What
he
track is that?
it's second to last.
Okay,
I think.
I didn't get down to there yet. I got about halfway through.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I sent it to you like all one file, so
Yeah.
it'd be hard to point out like which one.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like that beat was made by Nova. It had a sample in it, so Fourth Shift had to recreate a sample
Got you.
because we don't have any samples on this project.
Yeah,
Um,
I need all that.
yeah,
Yeah.
like I don't. That was one thing for Fourth Shift as well. It's like he was like really about samples. That's how I got put onto him. You know that one? It's like that one meme of that little kid in the interview, the little white kid who's like stuttering.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So you haven't seen that?
Wait, what is it?
It's like a little. It's like a
she
little.
just
He's in, like,
sounded
a green
just-
shirt. He's like,
Yeah.
oh, but you did.
The rest of
Oh, I
have
know
you
what
ever
you're
done
talking
something
about,
in your life or something like that?
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know what I'm saying?
yeah. I've
Yeah.
seen that. Yeah.
So that's how I got put on the fourth shift because my engineer was like, "Yo, I know this producer." He pulls up his SoundCloud and he sampled that,
No, that's.
Oh,
That's
shit.
super unique. Yeah.
and it was fire. And I
Yeah.
was just like, "Yo, like I gotta link up with this guy."
Right.
Yeah.
So that's how I connected with him. So,
Damn, that's ill.
That's
And he's
kinda
out in Chapel Hill, right?
yeah, he's out in Chapel Hill.
Okay. Cause then, so like you built all these from the ground up. Cause like the sound that I'm hearing so far, like, cause I'm halfway through, I ain't finished it, but
Yeah.
it's like all these sounds are like, I just hear all of these at like one, they're like really performance tracks. Like,
Yeah.
like you can feel the performance
Yeah.
in the music just by production wise, you know, the like song structure too, and like that beat. So is that what you were going for? Like really big, like. I can hear this at festivals.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
you know, this is a
Yeah.
show.
That's
like,
tight.
you know what I mean?
A performance
I can,
album.
These are
Yeah.
performance. Yeah, like it's big.
I think that just goes back. Well, so Fourth Shift likes making like big songs. Like he loves Kanye,
Okay.
but he also is very into like. I got a song on there called "Caffeinated."
Oh, we about to
Oh,
talk about it.
yeah,
We
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
talk about
Yeah,
it.
no,
we
we
gonna
heard
talk
that.
about it. I
Yeah,
got to that
like
one. Yeah.
We just a background of that song. It was like we were doing early sessions, so I get in there like 9 in the morning, and like Fourth Shift's not about that life. And then the funny thing is,
he's a late night dude.
yeah, but he's making beats the whole time. The reason why he's not about that life is because he would have to make the beat the whole time. You know, he's doing his thing. And I'd be on the couch and I'd low key take a nap like halfway through.
That's true because they
And-
are working a little bit like
Yeah,
until
so-
it's done. I can't write.
Yeah, so I got to a point where I was like, dude, I'm not napping anymore in these sessions. Like, I'm not
Yeah.
going to sleep. He's like, all right, get caffeinated. And so we made some coffee, and I just started saying this line over and over, just like, I don't do drugs, I get caffeinated.
Yeah.
And
Is he the one that's on the sketch?
Yeah, that's
on
him.
the skit.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
So I was like, we should turn that into a song. He's like, yo, if we're doing it, like, you gotta let me do my thing, like the type of beats I like to make.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
And I was like, all right, like, what kind of beats? And then he pulls up Rick Ross. These haters can't hold me down. And he's just like that super loud,
That,
like,
but it's so full though. It's full.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. So I think I had to draw him down to like making beats that weren't like that. So even if
okay.
the beat isn't like, you know, like a heavy trap beat, it's still full and kind of live.
Mm-hmm.
So like Caffeinated was the one where he just like did his thing, where it's like, all right, I'm going like heavy.
I'm gonna let you have that. For
Yeah,
real,
yeah, and it worked for me because I could do it without being like rapping all hard and just like I could like rap
Yeah, it's
hard
fun,
about
yeah.
coffee. Yeah, you know. So
Because I was like thinking about, I'm like, oh, these visuals gonna be amazing.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, yeah,
I don't know if
we-
you thought about it, but
nah,
it's
we shot a video, but we want to go back and reshoot some scenes.
some of the scenes.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Because one of my questions was like, how deep is this love for coffee? But it's really, but
Is
it's
this
really,
a problem?
yeah. But
It
it's,
low-key is, yeah.
But, so you really on it?
Nah, it's like, I mean, I need my coffee. When I
Yeah.
start the day, like, I got to get some
No, you're
coffee.
one of those.
Bro.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
How
so-
you drink it? Black?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's when
Like,
you
hell
know
yeah.
it's real.
That's
Like,
what-
Yeah. It's like, hell yeah. No,
Like,
no.
you're like, yeah. He's about that black coffee life, bro. Yeah.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers who drink black,
Yeah.
no sugar, no nothing.
Well,
Yeah.
you start
They with it.
with like
You start watering it down.
a lot of
first.
vanilla stuff in there, whatever. and
hazelnut, a
it's
lot
like
of sugar.
super sweet. And it's like, all right, this tastes good. And then you get like kind of addicted to it. You're like, nah, I don't need it sweet.
Caffeine.
And not only that, I feel like your body's like, you cannot put this much sugar this early in the
Oh,
morning.
yeah,
And
for
You know what I
sure.
mean? Like,
Oh,
you
yeah.
feel kind of bad. And then, because I was dating a girl where I drank coffee periodically, so I would do all the extra shit.
Yeah.
She drank it every day, couple times a day.
Yeah.
And drinking it with her, I was like, oh, I have to go black. This shit is
Yeah.
way too heavy.
Yeah. Would you get the
Just-
crash? Like, during the day, the caffeine crash or whatever?
I don't fucking know, man. Because
Yeah.
at the same time, I'm
You
not the
just wake up.
healthiest, so it's like, I'd be crashing, period. Just because
Yeah, okay, yeah, okay.
Just
So you can't tell if it's
just because I'm on my
caffeine,
weight.
okay.
I don't know if it's the caffeine
Yeah.
or it's the,
Crashing, period. Just
Next
my
song, man.
my normal life.
yeah, just crashing and shit. So what was the No Excuses, the name of the album, but like how'd you come with it? Why'd you name it that pretty much?
So yeah, it was one of those things where it's like I was making music for a while, and I'm like, all right, I gotta really take it serious. Like,
yeah.
no excuses. I'm gonna do this. And I did a Kickstarter last year. It was for the album.
Okay, for
And-
this album.
Yeah, so
Gotcha.
I set my goal at 7,000,
Okay.
and then we hit 10,000.
Okay.
So it was like 10,800 or something like that. And So that was one of those things where it's like I got all these people behind me that believe that, you know, some people like contributed like $2,000.
Wow.
Shit.
Yeah.
Nice.
So it was like
And we're talking you're bringing fans all the way from the MySpace days on top of that too.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, and this is just like me building up over the years around here
Mhm.
and stuff. So yeah, it was like, all right, I got to make a project now. Like I really got people invested. Like
Right.
Yeah,
I got to do
literally.
this.
They've literally put their money into
Yeah,
it.
so I was just like, all right, no excuses. Like we're doing this. So
Mm.
Yeah. Is this
Hell
your first big like
yeah,
sort of
yeah,
project?
it's my first album that's gonna be like on all streaming
Major
platforms. Yeah.
platforms.
Okay.
So I've
Yeah.
done like EPs, I've done mixtapes and stuff, but they always had samples and whatnot.
So they were,
yeah.
you could never sell them because they were
Yeah.
not going to officially clear. So yeah,
Okay.
damn. So this is going to be big. So and that comes out on Friday.
Yeah.
So y'all going to get this before
Nice.
then. Boom bow. You know
Boom,
what I'm
bow,
saying?
yeah. You gotta get
Where's
that
it?
bag.
You got, yeah. You got your what's your like release going to be on? You have a show on Friday too, or
Nah, actually, I'm holding off. I have a show May 19th. I'm a headline Kings in downtown Raleigh.
Okay.
got you?
So,
Who else is going to be on there?
I got 3 a.m. on there. He's
Okay.
on the
Oh,
album
nice.
too, actually.
Okay.
Nice. Okay.
I got 3 a.m. This dude named Jay Alta. Some people put me onto him on Twitter, and then I got. What else I got? I got 3 a.m. Jay Alta. Northside Rocky.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've
And
been
then-
seeing him. He's been going.
Yeah, and then my friend Posada, he DJs for me, so he's on there too. So I wanted to like have the show a little bit later, so people that are like into the music
Got
are-
time to
yeah.
digest it and learn the words
Because
and stuff.
I've
too,
done
yeah.
those
Sense.
I've done those shows where it's like, hey, I dropped the album, or the EP, let's do the show tonight,
Mhm.
and it's like nobody even knows the words and
Right.
stuff. So
That's
Sing
true.
it.
yeah,
It's like nothing.
gets all silent. And
Yeah.
stuff. So yeah, I wanted people to be like, all right, I know the song, so you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many? How often are you like actively doing shows right now? You probably been in studio mode, so I don't know how actively you've been out. Like,
This year it seems like a couple a month. Like there'll be like smaller shows and stuff.
Mhm.
So I had one in Durham last week with a lot of locals out there. That was dope. I did open for an artist named Sunreal. He's like
that sounds so familiar.
he's been doing his thing for a minute, but like he's popping in Canada. That's where he's from.
Okay.
Yeah. So and I kind of fit his style as well. I opened for him, and yeah, that was like 2 months last month. I don't even know what month it is, man. They're flying by up in
Yeah.
here.
That
Yeah. So I
caffeine,
think
man.
it-
That caffeine.
This
Is it
year
that?
is going, bro.
Yeah,
but every year is going. But it's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
Yeah, it was March. I opened for him in March. So yeah, I've been just hopping on bills and stuff.
Okay. Yeah, because I know some people, they like to just like completely boom about, like shut everything down and just
Yeah.
like go into.
Nah,
studio
I try to
mode.
like I try to be like I don't want to be that artist that's like stuck in the house. Like I got to get out and meet people at the same
Mhm.
time.
Absolutely.
At all
Yeah.
times, yeah.
Build
So
your
you-
contacts.
Exactly.
So who's behind like? Oh, because your marketing is great. You have great marketing.
Oh,
so
appreciate
like,
it.
are you doing most of that marketing, or
I
I know
mean-
you have. I know you have like the social media marketing manager too. Like,
Yeah, and that's like a new thing. That's my
Okay.
friend Linus. He is
he's great.
Dude,
Yeah,
he's
great.
19. He's just like a genius.
Yeah.
And he has that like these kids, man. They're like they've grown up with social media. That's all they've had.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, he's
Ooh.
man, we got
We
bugs
gonna
in
die.
here.
Bruh, and it's
Um,
that one bug. It's
yeah.
nothing
Yeah.
else. It's that one that's like it just keeps
he's
swooping
he's
in.
paying
Like, what's
rent
up?
though. It's all good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, but I met Linus through Twitter. I did a show last year. I was like, yo, I need you to like get some pictures for
Oh,
me.
okay, okay.
Because they're heavy on like the photography, like posting stuff on Instagram and whatnot. And so he came through, took pictures. After the show, I'm like, let's go get dinner. He's like, nah, I'm going home. I gotta edit these pictures. And then he
shit.
gets home, sends me all these pictures and a video. And I'm just like,
And didn't even know the video was coming.
I didn't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
he's
man.
like, he's just on it.
yeah.
So from then, I was like, all right, you got to go. We're going to Atlanta for A3C, and I was like, I need you like to document it.
The
so
whole thing.
yeah, just since then, it was like he's just kind of taking his time out of his life to like, all right, post this picture at this time. Let's do this freestyle. So we started doing like freestyles on Instagram.
I saw that. Yeah.
And we tried to do them like when God's Plan came out.
Mhm.
We like had one done that night before,
Yeah.
like so it was less than 24 hours. I dropped
Yeah.
mine.
Yeah.
So he's just like heavy on social media and kind of pushes me like, all right, let's do this. So
he fully.
dope.
Damn. Yeah. He's making sure and on top. He's kind of staying on top of you to
Yeah,
make sure
yeah,
it's like,
yeah.
this needs to get done. Yeah, because social media moves so fucking quick.
yeah,
If it's not out within 24 hours, it's gonna be a bust.
yeah,
Or
yeah,
it just won't really go nowhere.
for sure.
Dan, that's ills. But before that, you were doing most of the marketing yourself.
Yeah, I was just I saw like the artists that I was into. like Pharrell and whatnot, like he had Billionaire Boys Club and ice cream.
Yep,
Right.
yep. That
Ice
was
cream.
huge.
Oh my god.
So-
yeah, I remember that.
I saw somebody with
Yeah.
some ice cream sneakers recently too.
What?
crazy.
I was
Recently?
like, whoa, where did you
Damn.
get those from?
They'll probably come back in.
They
like,
probably
CD's
they can
ice
def-
cream?
They're probably
Yeah.
super rare.
yeah, yeah. So it's like
I never had ice cream.
I was into guys like that had like multiple hustles. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like, and he had like Billionaire Boys Club, and I wanted like my merch to be something that I want people to actually wear it like as a shirt, like
I
go
know
out.
exactly what you.
Not
Not
like-
just something
Not
that just
just
says
when they come to the
Nance.
show.
or
Yeah.
like it's like a band shirt. You like go
Yeah.
to sleep in it. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like
Yeah. You want other people that don't have no idea to be like, bro, that shirt's hot.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's like the merch aspect of branding that I got into, and just studying the whole independent grind. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm not gonna get signed and
I'm
nobody's
gonna kill
gonna,
this.
yeah,
Next time he comes by, I'm going for it.
We got some. We'll have some rage for you next time.
catch some bodies on the
Yeah.
podcast.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So-
somebody's about to get caught.
Yeah, it's like that independent grind. Like nobody is gonna just sign you to sign you these days. You got to
Right.
really build something.
Right.
That's a fact.
So I want it to be, if I don't get signed, I still want to build this thing up on my own. You know?
Yeah, I was about to. So yeah, are you one of those people? You're not opposed to being signed, but at the same time, or would you
Yeah.
say you really like that independent grind, or you're not? You're just
Well,
keeping the
it's-
options open still.
Yeah, keep the options open because you got guys like Chance the Rapper, where his independent grind is so different.
It is.
Um,
Yeah.
So you have to have those people around you that are down.
He's like, I'm not coming. I'm not coming back to this podcast. And you see all these guys. Every time you come,
The
here,
way
you got
you
these
did
goddamn
that.
mosquito
I
bites.
don't have it. I don't have it.
The way she did.
Yeah,
I didn't have it. I knew I didn't have it.
that's funny.
He's like, I got all
I'm
these
gonna make
mosquito
the
bites when I
noise.
came here
Uh-huh.
and shit. No, but you have to take into account that in this day and age, when you build your own like brand and shit, they come to you.
Exactly.
sometimes, you know, because
Right.
they're like, oh, they see traction here.
Mhm.
Yeah, so that's like my whole thing with like the freestyles, and
Mm-hmm.
I give out merch. Like I'll do a freestyle, you tag 3 friends, and I'll pick somebody in the comments to get a free shirt.
Got you.
Flip.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so giving back, getting people interested, building up something, and then if somebody comes along, wants to sign me, it's right. That's cool. If they don't, I'm still building it.
Right.
Yeah, yeah, because when you build from that indie perspective too, where it's like that, it's like you can't really ever fall off.
Yeah, for sure.
Because it's just like,
It's like E40.
yeah, exactly.
He's been
exactly.
rapping
Prime example.
forever.
Yeah.
and never gonna fall off.
Yeah.
Still dropping albums. It's just like holy shit.
How many albums? Like 20 albums or something?
Yeah, he's got a crazy number like that. And who else got crazy numbers like that on the West Coast? Too Short.
Oh,
Like,
Too Short. Yeah.
Got like 15 albums, something insane
Who's
like
dropping
that.
like a 4-disc album? Is that
Ooh,
E40?
I thought you
Somebody's
were gonna
dropping
say
a 4 disc
I was
recently?
Like, excuse me.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Damn, I missed that.
No, I
that's
think
like
I think
new?
it's E40. I heard
Holy
something.
shit.
Yeah.
Really?
I'm getting so
Where the
frustrated.
hell are they
I'm
coming
not-
from?
It's the same one. This
I
motherfucker's
know.
out here.
You're getting on my
Shit.
nerves.
Why are you doing this to me, man?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
he's over here like scoping it out.
It's like, we gotta get you on the job. And come and take this shit out.
You will get sniped out here.
Yeah. But I think that's why record companies, especially today, are freaking out because they're just like, holy
Yeah.
shit, nobody needs us anymore.
Yeah,
You know,
for
people
sure.
are doing shit on their own.
That's where the 360 deal came from. Because they realized that people didn't need them.
Yeah.
So they were like, the things that people are starting to do for themselves, I'll give that to you overnight by pumping 100,000 or $1 million into you, but I want a percentage of everything.
Yeah.
So
Which
that's
is crazy.
yeah, that's what that's insane.
Do
bro.
they even do those anymore though?
They still do. Oh hell yeah, yeah, bro. The 360. I don't think it's gonna go anywhere.
Really?
I don't. I honestly don't think so. Especially because when it came, I can't remember who. Fuck man, it's the I can't remember the white Jewish dude. I think the one he used to work with Russell Simmons a lot with Def Jam. What's his that? Jimmy Iovine, not Jimmy Iovine, because Jimmy
Okay,
Iovine.
no,
is
that's
with
what I was
Rosenberg.
gonna say.
Rosenberg?
Not
Rosenberg?
not Paul Rosenberg. I'm thinking of the other one. The one that was with
So
Young
There's
many.
Thug.
only like 3 white Jewish guys.
Okay,
affiliated with
the one that
rap
was with
game.
Young Thug everywhere. The one that started 300 Entertainment with him.
You
Damn.
lost me.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
You know who I'm talking about? 50 years oldish.
Yeah, he's
Shorter
got, like,
hair.
the gray hair.
The
yeah.
gray hair,
He's kind
yeah.
of tall.
Yeah. I can't remember what his name
Yeah, I
is,
can't
but
It doesn't
I think,
matter. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I think he
Look
was
at
one of the people that like pioneered it, and people thought it was crazy
Yeah.
until it started working. And then a lot of
Yeah.
Lear Cohen. I think he's the one that like pioneered it, and niggas thought it was crazy, and then they were like, "Oh shit, it works," and everybody just started doing it.
Dang.
But I think it's gotten a little like eased up because more people like Nipsey Hussle are coming out, like,
Yeah, doing their
educating.
own shit, yeah.
A lot of the OG rappers are starting to educate the younger ones, that's you kind of capitalize on people's like ignorance to the
Yeah.
business.
But
when you do a
also,
360.
did Lupe Fiasco, was he in a 360?
Who was he signed to?
Atlantic,
Atlantic,
I think.
yeah.
Because you remember the whole lasers
Slash.
thing where he got like
Yeah.
screwed over? I think
Yeah.
that had to do
He might.
something.
It probably had something to do with some
Yeah,
sort
that,
of
and
360.
that's when I first heard about 360 deals. Like his whole situation where they wouldn't let him put out an album, whatever, you know.
I can't remember the first time I heard about a 360 deal, but I know Birdman got the coldest contracts in the game though.
Birdman?
Because Lil Wayne is out here complaining about that. Still
Dang.
complaining about that money. That
I
shit
thought they were
is
cool now.
Yeah, they just said he owes him 50 mil.
just.
Birdman.
Shit, that's a lot, bro. That's a lot.
Did
He
we
been
reach
talking
that
about
point where it's just now?
He been talking Carter 5 for a long time, bro. We have not seen
It
it.
didn't happen yet?
No, bro. That's the crazy thing.
Yeah.
It's like, damn, Birdman.
That's
But
crazy.
But then so shit, man.
Oh, that was,
I do have a hot take question actually. I
Oh,
kind of missed
shit.
my opportunity back then. So I'm just gonna double back just
Let's get it.
because
yeah,
when she actually asked about your struggles,
yeah.
what have your white rapper struggles been?
Oh, yeah. Is it,
I knew that was going
is
to
it like
mean,
different?
Yeah, well, it still
It has to be a
happens.
question.
Yeah, it still happens. I
Yeah.
think like even last week in Durham, like, you know, I did the show and this one dude comes up to me after and he's like, "Yo, your shit's tight." And he's like, you know, he's like, "Fuck all that white rap and hate and shit. Like you were up there holding your own."
Yeah, yeah.
So, and that's one thing just over the years, it's like I'm just going to focus on what I'm doing. And
The
if it's
actual
authentic,
craft.
yeah, like
Yeah.
people are going to like if they don't relate to my story, my upbringing or whatever, like they'll relate to the fact that it's going to be me and authentic, you know?
Yeah.
Because there's all artists that we listen to, like we never lived their lifestyle, but we still like it.
Of course.
Exactly.
It's like true to them.
Mhm.
So that's
Yeah.
like,
we could feel that through their music.
yeah. And I think like even going back to that show with Drake, it was one of the, like I think that's why I messed up. Like in the back of my mind, I'm thinking like everybody's looking at me crazy. And this is when I had like I had the tight pants on and like
I remember. Yeah,
when tight pants wasn't cool yet. So this was like 2009.
this was.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
This was like because even when the cool kids first came out, the tight pants still weren't cool.
Yeah, and,
So
and
yeah.
we were on that, and it was like, I was
Nike SBs.
yeah,
Yep,
loved
yeah,
them like
yeah.
Nike SBs. That
Was
was,
the
my
shit.
Going
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
straight new boys.
Yeah,
Mhm.
New Boys.
Oh God. Yeah, that's when I was like, all right, I gotta switch it up. New boys
Yeah.
out here. But
I had a good year. Like as soon as I graduated in 2008, like I was like, I'm about to buy a whole new wardrobe. I'm about to dress just like the cool kids. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I had that moment. I did that for like a year. Then I was like, some of it's a little extreme. I
Yeah,
can,
for
I can
sure.
tone down a little bit. Yeah, like. But yeah, man. Yeah, that had to be a question. But yeah, as long as you're working on the craft and all that shit. Oh, do you hate getting compared to only white rappers? And like
Or
all
do
the
you?
white
well, it's
rappers?
always happened. So it's like when I first started, it's like, oh, Eminem.
Yeah.
No.
No.
Yeah,
Like-
especially when Asher Roth came out, they were comparing him so much to Eminem just
yeah,
because of
he
the
even
tone
had a
of his
song
voice.
on his album, just like M or something
Yeah.
something like that.
So he confronted it.
Yeah, and so yeah, when Asher Roth came out, I was like, oh, you're like Asher Roth, like college rap, and then Mac Miller, oh, you're like that, and now it's G-Eazy.
Right.
So now that
damn,
comparison
yeah.
is
Maybe got
different.
the haircut.
And then
I mean,
Oh,
his,
yeah.
his haircut's actually different than mine.
I haven't seen G-Eazy. Oh,
Go
wait.
look.
The last,
Yeah,
the last
yeah,
time I
I
saw
got
him was
the
just on
hard
the
part.
He
Netflix.
just had the joint with Cardi. I'm like, when's the last time I seen him? But he just had that joint.
Yeah, and I like G-Eazy. Like his new
Yeah.
album's like
I've
fire.
listened to him for a minute. He's
Yeah.
straight.
Real-
Yeah.
he got bars.
Yeah. I saw him on the Netflix. I gained more
Yeah.
respect for him.
I
on
didn't
that
get to see
Netflix,
that.
what do you call
I
it?
didn't get to
What's
see
that
his
show?
Oh
episode.
no, his is good.
What's that show called?
Damn, what's it
Rapture.
called? Rhapsody. Rapture.
Rapture.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Rapture. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a really good show. You know, you
It
get to
is.
learn a lot
Yeah.
of-
I
a lot
gotta
about
I gotta
people.
jump back and finish like watching because all I saw was that Davies, Nas, and that.
You don't watch T.I.?
I didn't get to watch Ti's yet, but I'm
You didn't
ready
watch
for that
Rhapsodies yet?
Oh, Rhapsody. Yeah.
It's like all in Raleigh.
one. Who else? I know.
It was so crazy.
I, heard,
I was telling you,
yeah.
I was like, it was so crazy to
Yeah.
see like Raleigh,
And
like
then
the wall
Tab
and
One's
everything.
up there rapping. You know Tab One?
Yeah,
Tab,
High?
yeah.
Yeah, he's
They
like,
just had a show
With a
last
baby
night.
in his arm.
yeah.
And Rhapsody was just at the show last night.
Yeah,
Her
and
and
Knife.
Knife
Oh.
were there last night at the Lincoln
Oh,
Theater.
I'm
For-
convinced
that.
Raleigh is just on the come up as far as the music.
Yeah.
Man, shit, it's on
Yeah,
Netflix
once
now.
like the Rapture thing happened, I was like, oh, this is
Now there's real eyes looking at us. now.
yeah, like
Looking at it and see.
I'm just like not even able to really sit down and watch it. Like I'm jumping up the whole time. Like, oh, that's NC State.
That's-
Oh,
Yeah.
that's Tab One.
Yeah,
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
Tab One's baby. What's going
Yeah,
on?
yeah.
Yeah, like this is real.
Yeah.
And it's good because you've been rapping for a lot, like a long time. So
Yeah.
you've seen all the evolutions that the Raleigh indie scene has
For
gone
sure.
through. Like, how did what's your opinion of it, or how do you feel like you've navigated throughout it? Like, you've always kind of held your own though. It seems
Yeah,
like you've
yeah.
always had your own following. Like,
Appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I try to just respect everybody as much as I can, check everybody out, see what they're doing, but also focus on my thing.
yeah,
Like I go to the shows. I'm not the dude that's gonna jump on stage right beside the artist. Like I'm in the crowd because I'm a fan of what you're doing.
Right.
So it's even when I saw 3 a.m. a couple weeks ago.
man, that motherfucker's performance is through the roof.
Yeah,
right
so
now.
I see that I'm watching the
Jesus.
show. The whole time I'm freaking out. Like, yo, this guy's legit. And then I'm also like, oh, he's on my album.
Yeah,
And then I go buy a shirt. Like,
Yeah.
hey, it's $15. It's a cool shirt. Like, I'll wear this. Like,
Yeah.
I try to respect people, show love. You know what I'm saying? So,
That's what you have to do.
yeah, and I just everything going on here. I mean, especially the last couple weeks, it's like there's a show every weekend. There's a
It
show
really has been popping off around here when it
Yeah.
comes to rap these last couple of weeks. I mean, every time I'm online, I'm like,
Yeah.
it is cracking in Raleigh right
yeah,
now.
and especially you even have touring artists that are. I think Joey Badass is at
Coming-
Cat's Cradle tonight. I think.
Oh,
shit.
damn, for real?
I think it's tonight.
Shit.
I
don't
I
know, but
haven't
then
been to
last
Cat's
night-
Cradles in a while,
I've never
actually.
been.
Wow.
Yeah, Cat's Cradles is the shit, man.
I know, so I've heard.
I haven't been because I feel like they paused rap shows for a year or two.
Yeah, but that
'Cause it
shit's
was
way
heavy.
too popping now. They have to.
Yeah,
They
you're
want to make
right.
some money. Like,
Yeah, thank God for the Ritz too. The
Yeah.
Ritz brought
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
lot of people to Raleigh because
Yeah.
we weren't getting too much of any looks
Yeah.
unless they were big enough to fill out like the Altel or the Walnut Creek, whatever you want to
Red
call it
Hat.
at the time.
Mhm.
No, I wasn't even thinking of Red Hat, but
Coastal Credit Union.
Coastal Credit.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Or
it didn't
PNC,
change.
yeah.
It didn't change names so many times.
Right.
oh really?
The outdoor venue
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
off of Rock Quarry.
Yeah,
like-
you had Lincoln Theater
Yeah.
was 800 people,
Mm-hmm.
and then you
I
went
remember
straight
Rick-
up to PNC pretty much.
Yeah, yeah.
There's nothing between that.
Yeah, there was no middle ground, so the Ritz brought that middle ground definitely.
Yeah, for sure.
So do any of you think that the support for hip hop in NC is sort of changing? Because I know we've had artists come here before who are NC artists, and they would say the support is not strong out here,
Yeah.
or it hasn't been for a while.
See, in my opinion, I mean, you could throw one after me, but I feel like I don't know what I feel like they're really coming from the rapper to rapper or producer to producer relationship. I don't know as too much because he's the perfect example of, no, I'm gonna put my music out. I'm gonna reach and find my own fans, and no matter what you're doing, even though you have, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I'm not looking down on you, but no matter what you're doing, I'm gonna continue to do my thing.
Yeah, so
But
you're not
I think
dependent on it.
I think that's more where the artists complain at, where it's I'm trying to track you down for 5 months and then I'm still getting curved.
Yeah.
Or, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
More of that kind of situation.
Sort of
Yeah.
a begging situation. Okay.
Mhm.
And I've gone through years of sending my stuff to blogs and
Mhm.
after a point it's I'm done sending these emails. How can I
Exactly.
get people to check me out?
Right.
Mhm.
All right, I'm gonna do a freestyle. You tag 3 friends,
Yeah.
cool, and then I just saw a flyer.
Yeah.
My
Running
bad.
fate. No,
So yeah, it's one of those things where it's I'm gonna build my own no matter what. I don't even I've sent my stuff to Indie Week or News and Observer, stuff like that. Just even local
Spend
press.
hours on emails.
Yeah, and it's I've sent 15 and got 1 interview with each of them, and I'm all right, I'm done.
Yeah, I'm gonna just find my fans.
Exactly,
I'm gonna find my
yeah.
base and just cater to them only.
For sure.
And I'll wait for you to come to see me. Yeah.
Exactly.
I think that's the main complaint is the people it's the people to people or the people who do get on, I guess.
Yeah.
But everybody expects for some reason, even though we're adults at this point, it's too old to keep thinking like this.
Yeah.
You expect me, say I see you take a picture next to Kanye.
Yeah.
You really expect me to send you a text message and be yo, put me on the track. The motherfuckers get mad when you don't do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's but that's still, I think, the mind state people have where it's bro, he has a whole life he has to worry about first,
Yeah.
before he gives back. He's
Yeah.
probably not solid. This just happened,
Crazy.
you know?
Yeah.
He's
So-
got best friends that make music, and he hasn't had a chance to probably listen to their stuff yet.
Exactly,
You know?
yeah. Somebody he spends every day with. So
Exactly,
it's I can't. I just met him. So people are still moving from that mind state, which I think is ridiculously unrealistic. But I mean,
Yeah.
the shit happens. You can't change some people's mind states.
Mhm.
But one of the lyrics that I did hear on this new album that I thought was just fire because there
thanks,
was so
man.
much truth to it. It was, these rappers ain't live, they rapping over vocals.
I mean,
Oh,
Like-
well,
I mean,
yeah,
that's real though.
that is
yeah,
It
you
is
go to
real.
a show. I mean, that's like,
It was like on your head.
Oh shit!
Yeah, he gave me a love tap. He's trying to run. He's yeah.
It's like boop.
You know what sucks is the YouTube people won't even see this. They don't. It's
yeah,
so
yeah,
they'll be
small.
like,
they
what are
won't
they
even-
doing? Why do they keep stopping?
Yeah.
Wait, what were you saying?
Oh, like these rappers ain't live. They just rapping over
yeah,
vocals.
Oh,
that
yeah.
that's just I'm kind of inspired by the whole like competitive part of rap, and that's just part of it. Like if I go to a show, you're rapping over your vocals. That's cool. It might work for you. You
Some
know.
people, yeah, it's a small population.
Yeah, and I'm like, they're not live. It's not live.
No.
I mean,
No.
I'm gonna talk about that. You know, I can't help that I'm inspired by like the
greats.
competition and like yeah.
Have you had any rap beef yet?
Oh,
Where you
man,
like took
dude,
it to
I had-
tracks? not just some shit like I don't like you, but like
I had rap beef with Richie back.
Word.
Yeah, like way back. Like I
Word,
haven't even
like-
thought about that in a minute. Yeah, yeah, we had a little rap beef for a second. It was pretty cool.
where y'all throwing like tracks
Yeah,
at each
dude,
other.
it was like
Oh shit!
he dropped the track. I was in a group, and one of the dudes in my group did like a subliminal.
Mm.
And then
It always starts with the
yeah,
subliminals.
yeah, and then they dropped a song. We went back and forth like 3 songs. It was pretty dope.
Yeah, that is dope.
It's like
Yeah.
this cryptic shit going on.
Yeah.
It's like,
But it was all fun, you know.
Yeah, it was all fun and games and shit.
Yeah.
But and then another lyric that I really liked that I heard so far was the Big Black shout out.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Robin Big, you fuck with
Yeah.
that shit.
Yeah, well that was MySpace days. So you're like
Right.
you're following them on MySpace, and they're like you
Mhm.
see him posting his shirts and stuff.
Right.
Like I was inspired by that, and I used to skate, so
Okay,
I got introduced to Robin Big when it was like
the ground.
it was like they had a skateboard video. I think it was DC skateboard.
Yeah,
DC
DC.
shoes, and
Yeah, DC.
Robin Big was introduced in that. And this is 2004 or 3.
Yeah, I'm like
And then
you were
the
really
show
on-
came later,
Yeah,
like 2007, 8 or something.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was one of those things where it's like I've seen these guys like build it up. And
question. You were on MySpace so heavy, just the way you dropped it.
yeah,
Did you have dial-up or DSL?
You got me weak.
I feel like this is an important question. I had
Yeah.
dial-up.
I
Facebook.
didn't have dial up.
You didn't?
No.
You had DSL?
No.
That's why you're a little bit heavier. Bruh,
Yeah.
I had dial-up, bruh. Motherfucker, MySpace was tragic on
I didn't
dial-up,
have
bruh.
MySpace. When I had dial-up, I didn't have MySpace. I
Oh
don't think
my
MySpace
God,
I
was
was
a
still
thing
playing
yet.
games on like Nickelodeon.com when we had dial-up.
Yeah.
I had dial up in the 90s, but
Right.
Yeah.
MySpace
90s.
came around. We were
Yeah. I don't
I
You
think
know
we were
what's-
good then, dude.
Yeah.
Nah, bruh. This is the thing.
Or it was all
My mom,
right.
my mom was one. My mom was one of those parents that we didn't get high-speed internet till we moved to North Carolina in 2010.
Damn.
Oh,
Because-
damn, 2010.
Roughing
Shit.
it.
That's 5 years too.
So I missed, like, you're making me
Wow.
feel like I missed this wave, bruh,
Oh,
because
shit.
I only got that speed at school.
Yeah.
Because it was
Oh.
like,
Oh, okay.
And
Add-
then you couldn't check your MySpace at school.
yeah, that's too hot. Like, they
Yeah.
either had it blocked
Dang.
or they were like, no, to cut that shit off.
You had
So-
the same song on your MySpace profile for months.
Yeah.
Oh, bro. Oh, yeah, bro.
Until you got a good
Background-
connection. Like,
Bruh, you know what I can say? I was okay. Do you remember the backgrounds on MySpace was just like a huge thing?
oh
You
yeah,
just
for sure.
Oh,
spend
yeah, man.
time on doing it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, niggas
Dial-
was coding.
Yeah.
It's like we're building
we were coding.
personality.
Yeah, let's
Niggas was coding.
let's keep it real. We all could have got paid for what we was doing back then. Now.
Yeah, we were like
That- it
fucking
was-
Apple employees and shit.
Yeah, that was that was real ass coding. But on dial-up, you can't be doing all that fancy shit. Number one, I can't see that at home. I gotta check my results the next day at school because it's
yeah.
so real. So I feel like this is one thing I could be proud of, I guess, even
Yeah.
though it's a bad thing. Remember, it was big about backgrounds, and then everybody was like, "Nah, I'm just gonna go basic again and just get rid of everything."
Oh yeah.
I had to go to
sometimes
the basic early just because it was like
Dude, you were on the basic wave
No,
before
you keep-
everybody.
I was on the basic
No,
wave
you had
before
to
everybody.
the
Just
basic page
just
and then put your little personal picture like on
yeah,
the side.
just off the
Oh.
strength
And then
of
change
using
the font
dial-up.
color.
yeah.
It was rough, bro. When we got here to North Carolina, and then we had to get like the real thing. Like my mom was on like that grandfathered implant that's not gonna move states. Thank you, Jesus, bro. And then LimeWire, everything changed from
Oh,
there. And
yeah.
then we killed
Wait, you
it.
got LimeWire in 2010?
Bro.
Wow.
2010.
Do you hear what I'm
Oh,
saying
yeah,
right
yeah,
now,
yeah,
right?
yeah, 'cause,
Yeah, bro,
Like,
I'm missing.
2010. I
missed
think I
the
was on
old-
to Morpheus around that time. That was
I hadn't
that
even
was-
heard of that.
Yeah,
I don't
a
even
girl,
know what that
an
is.
ex-girlfriend's brother got me into that. He was like, "Check out Morpheus," and I was like, "Holy shit!"
I've
It was
never
like
heard of that
it was like
either.
after LimeWire. Yeah, LimeWire and Damn, man, I still get
I used Bear Share.
Bear Share. Damn, man, how many fucking sites were there?
And all
Dude,
of them.
Morpheus from the Matrix.
All of them put
Yeah,
a virus
that's
on your
the
computer.
first thing
And
I
all
said.
of them will kill your goddamn computer within the 12
Yeah,
months.
you use the Morpheus one. It has like the Matrix numbers, like
That'd be fire.
you're
That would
downloading
be
the
fire.
song.
It's
and
black and then green numbers just come in.
you gotta like decode it or whatever
Yeah.
they did.
That would be fire as hell,
Yeah.
actually. There
It
was
based off of it. Yeah.
hmm
Yeah.
But shit. Damn.
What was the first song that you put on MySpace?
Oh man, I had a song called "Reppin' My Town"
Ooh.
Oh,
By-
shit. Was it Wake Forest or
by
Raleigh?
Young Nance.
Ooh.
You were young, Nance.
Oh, Young
That's all right.
We almost forgot to ask that. What was his first rap name?
Yeah.
Was that your
Yeah.
first rap name?
I guess you could say that. Yeah.
Okay.
But that was one song. I was Young Nance for one song. And
He was a
and
one-hit
MySpace
wonder.
is
He's
gone
gone
now, so the song is gone.
It's
That's
gone
cool.
with
But
it.
I lost my password for a while, so that song was living on there for a minute.
Damn.
Yeah, so I was a Young Nance.
Is
And that's when
MySpace
I was
even-
on some goon
MySpace
shit.
is
Like
still in existence.
I think it is.
they deleted all your stuff though.
Yeah.
Really?
I logged in to my other account like last year, and everything's gone
Oh shit.
except for
Crazy.
pictures.
Right.
Except for pictures. Oh. Yeah, I think I had all my old pictures on my old computer anyway.
I had a whole different life back then. Shit.
I was a whole different MySpace person.
Shit.
Man, I missed all that shit. Side note,
So you don't-
AIM works amazing on dial-up, people. I was with
AI. Oh, AIM. Oh, shit.
AIM worked amazing on dial-up. I was fucking with AIM heavy because that was the only thing that was moving
Yeah.
quick.
Screen name. My
I was
screen
an
name was
innocent messenger
Brain.
person.
My screen name was Brainache29. I remember that shit.
I'm gonna add you when I get home, bro.
Yeah, Brainache29, man.
I'm keeping that fresh, yo.
Yeah.
I'm weak.
So yeah, man. So what's something you want the people to get from? Did you get it?
Yes, we got
Oh yes.
podcast listeners. It's official. We've had a bug
Yeah.
flying around for the last hour in this
Homie
interview.
had to
And we
go.
killed it.
Sorry.
And
Bro,
he's
you
out.
jumped the table on this motherfucker too, yo. That shit was kind of real. So if it pops off and we in public, you got my back,
I'm the
son.
exterminator.
Because the
No
way
more
you,
interruptions.
the
Now.
way
Let's
you
get
jumped
it.
over that table was real.
Yeah, the
Nigga
future
had
is
to go.
female, man. She did it.
Uh huh. Nice for what? Titties bugs.
Yeah. That's for what? Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
But what's something you want people to get from this album, man? Like, what's that like?
The
feeling you
takeaway?
want- The takeaway you want them to have.
Well, for me, like I feel like this is the first time I'm really introducing fully myself, just because the production and everything. Like I have like songs like Caffeinated. I have like serious songs about more of like a mental health aspect of things, and just like fun songs of me just doing my rap thing. So
Okay.
I think what people can take away from it is like who Nance is. You know what I'm saying? So
It's the first time you really told the people who you were.
yeah, for sure.
Got you. You gonna have a
No, I was gonna say. Speaking of like mental health, have you ever had like when you were younger any like period in your life where like with depression or anything?
Yeah,
or
for sure.
anxiety?
Well, especially with like music, you're constantly like comparing yourself
Right.
to
Yeah,
other
that's-
artists, then also other people that aren't doing music. That are like taking the normal college route or whatever, you know. So you're
That's
always
a huge period.
yeah, comparing yourself to like, am I making the right decision? And just even with the internet, man, you're just like looking at everybody's like best life.
Yeah,
like,
That's true.
and
Yeah, you don't see the real of anybody.
Yeah, so I
really.
feel like everybody kind of like feels a little bit of that pain these days. So
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, it's here, you know what I'm saying? So it's just working with it on a day-to-day basis. So
Yeah, I did see some poll that was saying like today, like most people are mostly like depressed because you're seeing everybody's
yeah,
happy life, and then you're
Yeah.
comparing it, and then just feeling down every time you go on social media. you know?
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I got into that, and then see, it didn't hit me that people were really faking. I think I went to like 2 people's houses. I was like, whoa. You're
You
not
what?
living anything like these
Oh.
goddamn Instagram posts. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
was like, this shit ain't real.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
Yeah.
Bow Wow. No,
Bow Wow
That
challenge.
plain.
Nah, well, you'll see people online just like doing stuff all the time, and you just think they're like winning at life.
It's like,
Yeah.
God damn, they
But you
always
got-
climbing the
yeah.
mountain.
That's always my and that's normally always my first question.
He's
I'm like,
always skydiving.
how do you afford that? That's always my first question. I'm like, bro, if you really tripping as much as just Instagram is showing, like,
Yeah.
shit's expensive.
And
bro.
sometimes it's like people are not even like doing it on purpose. Like sometimes it'll just be like you're just posting like whenever you feel happy, but then when you look at it, then it just looks like
Of
when you look back at
course.
your life, it's just like I was just happy all the time, all the time, all the
Yeah,
time. It's like,
yeah.
but what about those moments in between where you were down about
I wish
shit?
people would talk about that more.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
nobody want to post
just
it.
being like me posting as well. Sometimes I'm like,
You're pretty active, yeah.
Yeah, but am I doing too much? Like, is it too positive? Like, you know,
No,
like
it's not.
I don't think that there's ever a such thing as like too much positivity.
Yeah.
But I think, and you know, you're saying you hit on your music. I think that's important. Like I just have this stance that we should normalize conversations about those things so that people don't feel tormented and like they're going through it alone. So shout out to you for that.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Yeah, and to make people feel like,
Exactly.
hey, you're
It's
not the
accepted.
only one who feels down.
Yeah.
You know, like,
Yeah.
don't look at this and think that I'm happy all the time. He's like, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I haven't gotten over the whole really talking to the camera thing. You're good at it though, but like
I'm all right.
I'm not.
What do you mean?
Like people that can just talk to the camera. I feel like you're live.
Oh,
is,
you like this?
You're live. Well, I don't know about live.
Oh, you talking about like Instagram stories?
Yeah.
I mean, it's weird. You just gotta post it.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you still
Like-
feel weird after it? It's
Yeah,
like,
sometimes like everybody posts them, and especially if you're talking to it, they probably go through it 10 times. They're just in
Yeah.
their house, like, all right, yo, check out my album. And they mess up. Oh, I gotta do it again.
That's real.
All right, man, check out my album this Friday.
Yeah.
Oh, my face looks weird. One more time.
Yeah.
All right, check out my.
Yeah, that's true.
You know,
That's true.
everybody's doing it. You just do it.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
Yeah.
But shit, man, we're gonna wrap this up, brother.
wrapping it up.
That's
All right,
it.
let's go.
It's in and out, man. You know what I'm saying? Where can everybody find you?
This is crazy. Nance on Instagram, just Nance.
Shout out to you.
I locked that
that's
down.
You got to,
man.
yeah, you got to. 'Cause it's about to get.
I've
it's-
been talking to the person who had it for like 2 years, and I was like, "How much?" She was like, $60. I'm like, "All right."
Say
you know.
no
Girl,
more.
bad.
I'm like, Drake doesn't even have just Drake. He's got
Yeah.
champagne
Champagne
poppy.
Poppy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm,
yeah.
I'm
That's
good.
true. That's
So yeah, Nance on Instagram, Nance Raps on everything else.
Okay.
I'm about to follow you on Twitter right now.
Let's get it.
You be tweeting?
I be tweeting.
Yeah.
I've been
You gotta make
tweeting.
sure. Before I follow you, are you tweeting?
I've been tweeting since
You
like
be-
2009 before I even had the app.
Yeah.
What?
That exchange was perfect. Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
organic.
You be tweeting? I be tweeting.
Yeah. When I go to the dead profile.
Hell yeah.
I'll be
Yeah, my
mad.
profile be dead for a week at a time.
So do I.
Then it's lit for a day or two.
Yeah,
That's
man.
how it was when like I didn't have the app. You just like actually went on your computer.
Yeah, yeah. Man,
Trying to tell people what you just did. Like
trying to catch you up to the
You
day.
can't even remember. It's
I
like,
just
oh,
ate a
shit.
burger like 5
Oh,
minutes ago. It was
no.
good.
Yeah. Just let.
I'm
Just
I'm
let
go
y'all
out
know.
again. I'll be back and let y'all know what's up.
Yeah.
So you were back on Twitter in like 2009.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
old
Yeah.
school Twitter.
Yeah.
Me too. Like
Yeah.
when Twitter jail.
Twitter jail.
Twitter jail, yeah. Like
When you
if
tweeted too
you
much.
tweeted too much and they would shut down your account.
What?
Yeah.
That was a
You
thing?
couldn't-
Whoa, they really. I forgot about
Yeah,
that.
Twitter jail. You remember I Respect Females? You remember him?
Oh.
That was
This
what?
this guy, he was like, I don't know, I think he was deaf, but his handle was I Respect Females, and he would just tweet like crazy stuff all the time.
About females.
Yeah.
So,
Yo,
Yeah.
Complete
if
opposite.
Twitter jail was still around, like, dude, Kanye would be
be
done.
out of here right
Oh my God! Yeah, yeah.
Jesus Christ, that's all I see.
Yeah.
I saw something.
No,
it
his
was a-
tweets are going off right now though. They're lit.
They're coming back.
I just
yeah.
saw something where it was like, can we? It was like, are we all agreeing that we're done with Kanye's tweets right now? We need a break, like, because it's so heavy right now.
Yeah, yeah.
I just catch the
The
ones that turn into
consensus.
memes pretty much. I can't keep
Yeah.
up with all of them. He's going crazy right now on Twitter.
Yeah.
No,
who
I'm
is-
trying
I
to,
like
like,
what he's doing on Twitter right now.
Who is?
Kanye.
Oh, Kanye.
Oh, he's
yeah.
back.
yeah, it's got Kanye. He's from Chicago,
Kanye,
man.
Yeah.
He's been doing the music thing for a minute.
I look
He's
into this
a-
guy. Yeah, he sounds cool. Sounds cool.
Honestly, he's just really average though.
Oh, is he? Yeah, yeah. Oh, oh
You
shit.
watch your mouth.
Shots.
I'm just playing.
Wait, hold on a
Shots.
second.
No.
Like, is that your hot take for real?
Oh,
No, that was literally just to say some dumb shit.
Yeah.
But I don't feel like that at all. Kanye's a
get
dope
rid of that
guy.
blonde hair.
It's like, hey, yo, hey, look, bro, don't ever release.
It's like,
this,
and fuck,
this
you're
interview,
fly,
bro.
too.
I wasn't here, my G.
Yeah.
But we out of here, man.
Yeah,
We're gonna
yeah.
see y'all next week. Thank you for coming by.
Yeah, appreciate it.
We'll do a
Yeah.
part 2 most definitely.
Oh,
Yeah.
let's
Get you
do it.
Gotta
six
catch up,
months
see
or
what
some
you-
shit
what
from
you
now.
Let's get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Peace. Oh yeah, remind them. When's the album drop?
This Friday.
You can say Friday because it'll
No
be out before
excuses.
Friday.
Yeah.
This is coming out on Wednesday.
Facts. Yes,
Yeah.
Wednesday.
All right, cool. So not tomorrow, but the next day, Friday. My
Yeah.
album. You can
Facts.
get it. You can get it everywhere. MySpace, LimeWire, Morpheus,
My Morpheus. Don't forget that.
Apple Music,
if you're on-
Spotify. Yeah.
If you're on AIM, I'll shoot you a link.
Yes, AIM. Yeah, AIM.
We got
Yeah,
all
shit.
platforms.
But you gotta wait
covered,
till he
baby.
gets a connection because he's got.
Oh yeah, he has.
My
dial-up
mom's
still.
on the house phone right now. Y'all gotta,
You have to wait till
y'all gotta wait for a
We're
second.
gonna have
till
to
she hang
delay
up.
my album dropping when my mom gets off the phone.
Yeah.
I was hoping you were gonna do that. You always come through with the sound effects.
Yep, I'm the black guy from Police Academy.
All right, y'all. Peace.
Peace.
Peace.